honorable guests, respected brothers and sisters, thank you for giving me the floor to speak on this important dialogue session on behalf of my community, the Rohingya community. I want to share some experiences about the camp life. Life in the camp is a daily struggle. We depend on aid for survival, but most of the support is short-term and reactive. Families live with uncertainty, restrictions on movement, and very limited opportunities. The delay in repatriation combined with absence of justice and accountability created deep psychological stress among the community. For new arrival, life is even harder, as they often lack the shelter support and their children are denied access to learning centers. Our shelters made of tarpaulin and bamboo cannot withstand heat waves, cyclones, and floods that often occurs during different monsoon seasons. Thieves can cut through the walls at night, and actually even happened with my family twice since 2017. Many lakes, toilets, and drainage that cause increasing healthcare issues. New arrivals are forced to live with their already overcrowded relatives' shelter. What we need are not luxury, but stronger, safer, and more durable homes. Healthcare is limited and often poor quality. I had a very bad incident today. We are required to do some tests to attend this dialogue, this meeting. And I went to a clinic there in our camp to do some basic lab tests. And I was told that the WHO is not supplying the kits, and we are sorry that we cannot do this test here. And I was referred to go to another clinic, and what I saw is the same situation over there. And finally, I could do 2 tests over there, and I had to come to another camp in Camp 1, and that has taken a lot of time, and I was almost to miss the bus to arrive here. And treatable conditions are untreated, and emergencies often lead to tragedy. Mental health is another silent crisis, as many of us, or almost all of us, has suffered trauma, and we are in fear and hopelessness. What we need are not more clinics, but stronger ones that equipped with qualified doctors and more facilities to do the imagings and lab tests, so that people do not need to go outside of the camp. And also the clinics must have systematic referral system if they cannot treat a patient. And also the clinics must have qualified mental health specialists as well. Education is our greatest hope. On the other hand, it became our greatest crisis as well. Most children cannot study beyond the basic levels. Even now, those are not even affordable because of the funding cuts. Almost 4 lakhs something were school age, and now they cannot go to school because of the closure of learning centers. Higher education is almost impossible, and I cannot see any difference that we face in Myanmar and here. And it is almost the same for the community if we cannot go to higher schools. As we know, education is like a blood flow or oxygen in the body. If it doesn't reach to one part of the body, it becomes damaged. Likewise, if education does not reach to a community, it becomes weak and it suffers. At the same time, we are falling behind in digital literacy while the world advances in technology. We urgently need to recognize education as unified education board for the Rohingya, especially emphasize in Rohingya language, and vocational training, digital skills, so that we can restore our dignity and reduce dependency on others. Finally, safety and security remain our deepest concern. Violence, kidnapping, and drug-related problems are growing. Women and girls and also children feel unsafe, fear of restricts movement within the camp. We call on the government of Bangladesh and international partners to strengthen security, ensure accountability, and provide true safety and freedom not only from violence but also from fear. On this day, we Rohingya do not ask for a luxury life, but for fairness, dignity, strong shelters, reliable healthcare, meaningful education, skills training, and safety, so that we can live in, without any fear in the camp until we repatriate. Thank you for giving me a chance.
Okay, thank you. I would like to request next speaker. We have very limited time. Please end your speech within 3 or 4 minutes. I would like humbly request to you. We have next speaker with the same topic, Mr. Abdullah. He is a Rohingya award-winning storyteller. He describes daily life of Rohingya through his media account. I would like to welcome Mr. Abdullah from Camp 1.
Here, he already explained so many things about the camp life. And you have also knowledge about camp life. We have been, as it is about almost 8 years, we are here in Bangladesh. So I don't have to say about camp life to describe about camp life, but what I would like to share with you is my personal experience. We have fled in 2017, so it is, we already passed 8 years in the camp, in the tarpaulin shelters. We are seeing our children are growing in the same shelter. They born in the shelter, in the refugee camp. When I was in Myanmar, I could just completed my higher education about matriculation. I could not able to go to university. So, but the experience that I practically had in Myanmar, now I can see which is possible to be faced by our children in the Bangladesh if we don't take a practical step to solve the Rohingya crisis. 8 years is not a just number. We live these 8 years. I don't know if all the people here could feel the way we feel. 8 years for me, for myself, 8 years is almost about 80 years. I think that I do not deserve a 8 years long refugee life. I could have done so many things if I had a land, identity, and everything that all the people today enjoy in rest of the world. But for the Rohingya people, a Rohingya youth, if I had a chance to introduce myself, I could not say anything because I didn't achieve anything. I didn't have the chance to achieve anything. So if we live continuously in the refugee camp and we have the generation growing up, so when people ask about even the colleague and the friend from host community around us, sometimes ask about how we see the future, we cannot answer them. And it is because we didn't have a chance to form and to have to talk and share the experience like this today we have. And for that, I would like to thank everyone who worked hard to organize this, the historical event, and all the people here present to listen to us. So I don't take much time. Already my colleague and friend share a lot about the camp life. I would like to say one thing. I see a gap in solving the Rohingya crisis. It's from my perspective. Why we didn't see any change within these 8 years? It is because there is no policy for the Rohingya people and a specific policy. We see around the world there are so many people, persecuted people, displaced people, refugees. But people, the refugee in other country, and the UN and other people and the stakeholders see them from with a different perspective. I feel they see us in a different perspective. That those perspectives are not the same with each other because they think that those people, those refugees have a land, but they cannot return there because the situation is not good. But in our case, it is different. Most of the people see us as stateless, but we are not. We are not a stateless. So, if we have a policy, if there is a policy for the Rohingya people, so the people who see us as a stateless, so they will not think like that. And today, if we have a policy, we will not think to climb our self-determination. And we are just here to help us, to encourage us, so that we could have a chance to for self-determination. And I hope it is not just a dialogue on the Rohingya crisis. I hope there will be a solution, a decision, a good result we would have after this event. Because in my community, they know most of the people, about 100 Rohingya people here present in the section. So our relatives, people who knows us, will visit us and ask. So what we share and what we had the answer from the people here. And I don't know how I could answer them, but I just hope that there would be a best answer for them, for the Rohingya people who are waiting to listen from this wonderful section today. Thank you so much.
Dear respected leaders and honorable stakeholders, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Jihim Noor. I am a young Rohingya like thousands of others who have been dwelling in the refugee camp in Cox's Bazar without access to education, without freedom, without basic rights. Every human being deserves. Today I stand here not only as a Rohingya woman, but as the voice of many girls, mothers, and fathers who have suffered in silence. When we are asked what kind of combination or reparation do we expect, our answer began with justice, dignity, and the right to live as a human being deserves. First, let me make clear it. Myanmar is our homeland. We are citizens by birth, not by favor. We are not beggar of rights. We are not asking for charity. We demand justice, dignity, and the freedom that was stolen from us. Second, we demand the restoration of our right as a Rohingya with full recognition in Myanmar. We want our homes, our lands, our village returned because without a place to live, we can rebuild our lives. Third, our women and girls who struggle unimaginable genocide, sexual violence, and loss of education, deep trauma. They deserve not only compensation but rehabilitation, justice, and equal opportunities to study, to work, and to live with dignity. And above all, we demand guarantee of non-repetition so that no child, no girl, no mother, no family will ever again face the horror that we have lived through. Reparation for us is not about money. It is about life, about truth, about justice. It means restoring our dignity, our rights, our safety, and dignity as rightful citizens of Myanmar. We are Rohingya, we are children of Myanmar. We will not stop speaking until the world sees us, hear us, and stand with us. Not as a beggars, but as a people demanding the justice we deserve. Thank you all for your attention.
Respected moderators, honorable guests, stakeholders, delegates, and my fellow brothers and sisters. When we talk about compensation and reparation for the Rohingya people, we do not only speak about money and material things. It is about restoring our dignity, our rights, and our future as human beings. The world has witnessed the systematic violence committed against the Rohingya. Mass killings such as those in Gudabieng village and Tulatuli village by the Myanmar military in 2017, and more recently in Hoyasuri village by the Arkan army in 2024. We have endured repeated mass displacement in 1978, 1991, and 92, 2012, and 2016, 2017, 2024, and now even in 2025. Our villages were burned and destroyed. Our mothers and sisters were subjected to sexual violence, and our people have suffered decades of persecution and discrimination. These are not isolated incidents. They are crimes against humanity committed openly before the world's eyes. Any meaningful reparation must begin with accountability. Those responsible for genocide, whether the Myanmar military or the Arkan army, must face justice in international courts. Without justice, there can be no real reconciliation. Second, we expect restorations of our rights. For decades, we were stripped of our very identity as citizens. Our citizenship was taken away. Our movement was restricted, and access to education and employment was denied. We were left vulnerable, voiceless, and stateless in our own homeland. What we expect is simple, yet fundamental, to regain full and equal citizenship in Myanmar. We want national identity cards, the right to vote, and the freedom to live and work and learn without fear or discrimination. This is not a privilege. It is our basic human rights, and it is the only foundation upon which trust can rebuild. The cycle of injustice can finally be broken, so that history does not repeat itself for future generation of Rohingya. That we expect restitution of our lands and properties. We lost our homes, farmlands, businesses, entire villages were burned to the ground. No one in this world willingly abandons even an inch of their own lands. Yet, we were forced to leave everything behind. Since 2012, many of our people have been trapped in the C2 IDP camps. For the past 8 years, countless others have enjoyed life in the refugee camps of Cox's Bazar, where existence begins and ends under a sheet of tarpaulin. And even today, in 2025, some of our people survive only by eating leaves from the forest and drinking water from the streams in Arkan state. This is not life. It is waiting with nothing but the hope of one day returning home. The reparation means restoring our lands and properties so we can rebuild our homes, our livelihoods, our dignity. Our children have been denied education for decades. Their futures are stolen before they could even begin. Education is the foundation of any nation, the key to rebuilding a better tomorrow. Yet, it was taken from us. We have seen how educated youth of countries like Bangladesh became the driving force of progress and development. Our young people too could help rebuild Myanmar if only they are given the chance to learn, to live in safety, and to grow with dignity in their own homeland. But instead, our educated youth and professionals were threatened, persecuted, and forced to flee. Many sought refuge in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, and beyond. Today, too many of them survive on the streets, in detention centers, or in conditions of despair, living a life of waiting, not belonging, longing for the day they can return home, as others in the world freely do. True compensation must heal these wounds by restoring education and hope for our next generation. Finally, we expect international responsibility. For nearly 8 years, Bangladesh has shouldered the burden of hosting over 1 million of us. The international community must share the responsibility by supporting both refugees and host communities, ensuring continued humanitarian assistance, and praising Myanmar for a safe and dignified repatriation process. Honorable guests and my fellow brothers and sisters, compensation and reparation are not a favor or charity. They are our rights. What we seek is simple: justice for the crimes committed against us, restoration of our citizenship and legal rights, return of our lands and property, support to rebuild our lives and futures, and recognition